what is up, guys? It's the Nightwing at Way of Life Esports coming at you guys with another League of Legends video here today. In this episode of the C9FanCast, we're going to have more of a chill discussion on some of the best moments in League of Legends that we have seen at the World Championships, some favorite moments from any region that we watch, LCS, well, was called EU LCS, now it's called LEC, LPL, LCK, and talking to two new people here. Well, Blue Place has been here for a couple weeks, but he doesn't really say too much because, you know, I guess he's trying to just learn about how this goes, and a new guy here is Truth. So, how are you guys doing tonight? What is up with you guys?
Good.
You guys excited for Christmas?
Doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what did you guys get for Christmas, actually?
I don't know. It's not Christmas yet.
Am I psychic now? Like,
what do you
I got
think
a book.
you got?
Like, I'll just put it out there. I got a book.
I'm hoping I get a new
I got books
microphone.
too. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, dude. I got books too. I actually got manga books and graphic novels actually.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to get a new microphone.
Okay.
That'll be good.
Yeah. I got a new microphone from my other channel. They had put in some donations to give me, you know, this one. So, you know, as you guys already know, I don't...
Nice.
This is not my main YouTube channel. This is my second one. I actually have a main YouTube channel where we do other things. I'll talk about, like, you know, pop culture things like anime, movie reviews. I do Yu-Gi-Oh! Content, which is the main thing that transitions into something different. I've been doing trailer reactions lately, and they're interesting. There's been some bad trailers I've seen, and I've wanted to light myself on fire and run outside, but, you know. Hey, it just happens. I also got a 32-inch Acer monitor, and I plan on getting another 32-inch monitor, depending on when I wanted to, you know, get another brand, or probably get the same one. It just depends, obviously. But, so, yeah, let's go over some of the moments that we remember fondly after playing this game for a very long time, because I've been playing this game for like 6 years, and I wanted to shoot myself some days while playing this game. Oh my god. There's some days where I wanted to rip all the freaking hair out of my head. It's been that, yeah, like some days.
Yeah.
I have one of those stories. I broke my monitor playing League once.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa! What?
I
how
got
messed
so
up was your
pissed off I
hand?
punched my monitor.
What?
No, it wasn't. I kind of like I threw a cup at my monitor, and it broke.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was playing I think it was Malphite, and I think my entire team was just running it down mid.
Oh my god, dude,
It was
I hate
pretty
that
awful.
so much. There was a
This was a couple years ago.
There was one day one of my friends who, when we started the channel, he had to stop making videos with me for about like a week or so, because you know you have those monitors with the little lights that are on the back, and they have the big giant cooling and shit like that. His monitor was tilted over, and this is before he got a what do you call him, a case to protect it? Like, so there was a part of the case, but he had to order the other part because it's a cut. He's basically building it part by part, and he had a Red Bull, and he accidentally knocked the Red Bull inside of the computer.
Ooh,
bro! Oh my god, it cost so much money to get that thing fixed. I was like, dude, I'm taking your drinking Red Bull car away.
Oy.
Yikes! That's actually tragic.
Oh my god. Yeah, playing League over the years and Juggernaut meta, Ardent meta. Oh my god. Season 8 where
tank meta.
ADCs are useless. Oh yeah, in Season 6 where all you could pick was like Maokai and Nautilus and having wet noodle fights. Love that shit. Just get carried by your ADC, Veins being like 0-6 and 0, claiming that, you know, the top laner is useless, even though I'm a Maokai and somehow I have more kills than her and doing more damage. Happens, obviously, but you know, some of the best moments in League of Legends, just not really a moment per se. It leads into other moments. People really have been lately, in my own personal opinion, downplaying Korean dominance. Like, oh my god, they're like, oh well, Koreans weren't that good. Like, everyone else was just bad. No, actually predicting SKT would lose or any Korean team would lose, people would actually think you're stupid. It was it's that bad. Like, Korean dominance was no
before
joke.
2018.
Yeah, man, and even after that, in Worlds 2019, they all topped their groups.
And then the question becomes, is Korean dominance back?
In Worlds 2019 group stage, all the Korean teams got first place in their groups. Griffin, Damwon, and what was it?
Yeah, they did.
SKT all got first again. The year after, they started making a comeback. The only issue here is that SKT got knocked out in semis, but they still made top 4 after saying the Korean dominance is over. And I'm like, I don't know. Korean
Oh, yeah.
dominance is really
They're,
over per se because they literally just won this year. You know.
Their fourth was really questionable. It was a management issue, so we can't criticize them too much for
Well,
that one.
I mean, I think it goes back to like just kind of how the world's kind of storylines kind of grew apart. You know, where it's like, you know, between 2014 and 2017, you had two Koreans in every World's final, and then 2018, it's like, well, now EU and China are kind of like
Mhm.
always up there. So I can
Oh, no,
understand why
EU.
like newer fans are
EU's
downplaying
two
Korea
teams.
because yeah, I mean that's a whole nother narrative in and of itself. And as an EU fan, it's kind of a struggle, but you know, it's you see it and it's like, all right, so where are the Korean teams? And I mean, I'm kind of happy this year to see like they kind of are returning to form, but it's like,
Yeah.
again, you had Damwon, and then who is the next closest team in Worlds this year after them?
Like
Nobody.
in Korea or
All right.
in the
So
world?
if I had to go by
Yeah,
Worlds
like
2020,
of the Korean reps, who
for
got the
Korean?
furthest in Worlds that wasn't Damwon?
Genji.
Was it Dragon X or Genji? No, they are
Or
knocked
DRX
out.
lost quarterfinals. They both lost quarterfinals. No, yeah.
It depends on who you saw
Oh
get
yeah,
destroyed
because it was that
harder.
weird thing where all the Chinese were on one side of the bracket and all the Koreans
Yeah.
were on the other side of the bracket.
Yeah.
It depends.
That's right.
Like
See,
I
Korea
actually
beats
personally...
China, but EU beats Korea.
I actually
That's
personally
the
think
Pokemon weakness chart.
I personally think if like
And
T1
NA doesn't beat anybody.
if T1 didn't implode, if T1 at Worlds, I would have liked to see it though.
I would have wanted to see that so bad.
Oh my god, Gumayashi or Teddy on World Stage.
Yeah.
Woof. Faker being an
That's
old
okay.
retired man carrying these young Korean kids.
I was gonna say, how many more years do you think Faker has in him before he like just sits
One
down
more.
and collects all his owner money?
Yeah, I was gonna say
One more.
maybe one.
I think
one
this
or
is his
two
last
more
year.
max. 1 or 2 more max, maybe.
Do you think he lasts the whole year, or do you think he
He
retires?
has to
after
do
spring?
service. He has to do military service
Oh,
really soon.
Mm,
Yeah.
that's
it's gonna be a
right.
sad
That'll be
day
the
when he
closure.
retires. Woo!
Didn't like Rush announce he just
Yeah,
started his military
he
service
quit
or something?
league and he's doing military. Same as Dopa.
Oh, Dopa. Dopa.
Yeah.
Oh, Dopa. Oh my
He's
god.
doing military this year.
The player who could have been another
Oh my
Faker.
lord.
Oh my god.
The good news
Well,
is though,
can't you-
T1.
can't-
Oh yeah, continue.
I was gonna say, can't like you defer your military service if you keep working? Like, isn't that why Bengi hasn't served because he's been coaching like ever since he retired?
Bengi has served.
Mangy already did it.
Oh, did he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh
He
shit!
did it in between.
It must have been after he went to China.
Yeah.
Failed on Vici. Holy shit, that was a shit show. Oh my god. That was like literally two headless monkeys running around. Oh my god.
The good news about T1 is we've actually gotten some scrim rumors from them, and apparently they're dominating everything.
Okay. See, that's
Mhm.
good. That's
So-
good to hear.
We could see something exciting out of them this spring split.
I personally think that
But
in terms of like Faker, it's gonna be hard because man, Faker wasn't even the best mid in the LCK this past year. He was like the 4th best mid laner. If you want to look at it like in terms of BDD, Chovy, Showmaker, you know, in
They're
terms of,
really good mids in LCK.
yeah, like he's been
Mhm.
getting kind of passed up.
Yeah.
It's sad to say, but at a certain point, new talent comes in and they're better. That's just how the game works, though. You know.
Mm.
So
well,
Yeah.
and especially with how Korea like recruits and trains amateur teams. I mean, you know, got
Doing a pretty
LS
good
out
job
here
at
talking
finding-
like, oh yeah, Afrika has like 3 academy teams.
Oh, what's up?
Africa's dynamic roster. Every game it changes.
You guys keep talking for 1 second, okay? 1 sec, okay? You guys keep
Okay,
talking.
sure. No, because I remember last
Yep.
split, Africa. It was almost every game they just swapped a random player out for another. So we randomly saw like Spirit in the jungle, or like Spirit in support. He played AP support Jarvan for like 2 games. That was something.
That shit was actually trash.
Mm.
That shit looked like he was just
Take it
phoning
back
it
to
in.
take it back to the Azingi days playing AP
He
live
was
in the jungle in a competitive game.
Bro, take it back to the fucking retirement home. That dude looked he was phoning it on stage.
Oh damn, Africa's actually like not looking good at Casper
Their
Cup.
roster... Are they playing the roster with Bang, or is it a sub-roster?
No, they're playing the Bang roster, and they
Bang
went
King-
0-4 in the group.
Oh my god.
They lost to DRX, NS Red Force, Live Sandbox, and Down 1.
Oh my god.
You gotta give Bang time to get the NA out of himself. You know,
By the way,
he just got out of a
NS
year in NA solo queue.
NS Red Force looks pretty good.
Oh shit.
So that used to be Team Dynamic, right?
Yeah, Team Dynamics.
For anyone that's not been watching the LCK or like the recent news, it's gonna be surprising when you guys watch the LCK because Chovy and Deft are on Hanwha.
Oh yeah, Hanwha's the new, like, I'd say top 3 team.
Hanwha.
Finally,
But we'll
man,
see.
after getting 6th to 8th
Good.
place,
Finally.
after could they
Wait.
break the narrative this split and finally make playoffs?
Well, I was gonna say, how many times has it been like, oh, they need to win like one more series,
One or
get
two more
like,
series.
even 2-1, and they can even get like
Dude,
6th place.
It's been sometimes they don't even have to win a series. Just win a game, you piece of shit. It's just win a fucking game. In the span of 3, you have 3 chances. Win one single game and you're in playoffs. Now, fucking having, who's that mid laner they have? What's his name? Bono? Or
Lava.
Lava. Oh my
No,
god.
Bono's a jungler.
They're all the same to me at this point on these bad teams, dude. It's like Lava.
No, I mean, I love Lava. I've been a fan of him.
I think
even
he's
when he was
good.
a support.
He's just I don't know whether it's nerves or whether or not he just can't handle the pressure because he's always making some really, really suspect mistakes, man. Like on Galio and Orion, it's like I don't know what he's doing. Like, does he realize he has an R button? This man just over here like just punching in and missing. What is a straight line?
Speaking of suspect mistakes, let me just. I think it's DRX's mid laner, or is it?
Oh,
Someone's mid laner
yeah.
was playing TF and they kept ulting into the enemy team and dying the other day.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Dragon X have a new team now outside of
Yeah,
Doran?
Dragon X is looking kind of little bit not very good.
Do they still have Doran, or is it just all?
No,
new team?
it's just Pyoshik. He's the only.
Okay, yeah,
I'd
Piosic, he
say-
played good at Worlds 2020. I thought he played pretty fine. He was getting,
Pyoshik looks the best in the team now. That's the issue.
because like he was getting flamed when he
So
had
then
Doran as a
kinda-
top laner.
Yeah.
Kind of post Kespa hot take. Then who would be your top 3 teams going into 2021?
Post Casper. Down 1, number 1 for sure. I don't know how you can judge Gen G and T1. That's the thing. So I'm gonna.
Right.
I'll put T1 third just because of the scrim results I've heard.
Mhm.
And number 2 would probably be. I think. See, KT's been doing good, but we can't. I think they've reversed 2 of the weaker teams. So I'd say like NS Red Force number 2 then.
What about
Red Force number 2.
What about
Yeah.
Damwon? Damwon have Con now. Are they playing good, or they have a sub roster there?
That one's disgusting. That one's destroying.
God.
Beryl's laughing his ass off 24/7, and they're not even close to games. I think they lose a single tower.
Oh God! Like,
Yeah.
it
The biggest
continues.
demolition.
It continues over. They just
Yeah,
haven't even
it's
lost
like
a
a
beat.
nuclear missile, bro. Like you think you won top lane? No, it doesn't matter. Bot lane's like 4-8, like 4-0, and your bot lane's like 0-4.
Well, that's
And
what
it's
I was
over.
that's what I was talking about in I think a few episodes ago where we were talking about Damwon for a little bit that we did. I was like, Khan's not that big of a downgrade. Pure, I acted like they went from Naguri to someone like fucking Darshan or some shit or Zion Spartan. You know, like no, it's not that big of a difference. No, Khan's so like Naguri's probably like what a 9 if you rate like on a scale of 1 to like a 9 top laner. Khan's like maybe a
Khan's
7.
like an 8.
Yeah.
7, 8's really
Yeah.
not that. Conscious is not flexible, kind of plays too far forward, can't really play tanks, is not really good at weak side. There's some problems with this guy, but like overall,
He's
it's
been
not
playing
that
tanks
bad.
though.
Yeah.
Really? Okay, that's
Yeah.
good. That's good. That's a good
That's
thing.
good,
Holy
yeah.
Well,
shit.
and let's not forget. I don't know how much stock you guys put into past performance, but Khan is a world champion, so
No, he's
Yeah.
not
that's
won
something
worlds.
to speak for him.
Has Khan won worlds? No, he hasn't. No.
No, he hasn't won world. Naguri has,
Wasn't
but Khan hasn't.
Wasn't Khan on FPX?
No, that's Gimgoon.
No. Khan was on FPX last year, but not the year before.
FPX.
Oh, he was on
imploded-
in 2020, not 2019.
Yeah. Freaking FPX was such a.
Okay.
Oh god, I would like wake up early in the morning,
That's right.
go to work, watch some games like before I go to work. I'm like, you know what? I'll tune into some games. I'm not. Oh god, watching FPS games was so bad. I was like, oh, what is going on here? And it's weird because Doinby actually played better this year, and his whole team is collapsing. You have freaking LWX, like he's, oh my god, what have I been watching?
I don't know what's going on with LWX in the bot lane. Like, they just didn't look good this year. It was really unusual.
Like that's why
Is anybody following Demacia Cup?
A little bit.
It hasn't started yet, so I will be though.
I watched a little bit so far.
First game's in 3 hours. FPX vs Top Esports. That'll be fun.
Is that like quarterfinals?
Well, no,
like
that's of the playoffs. They had a whole group stage before that.
Oh, they had? Oh my god.
He's like, I gotta go back and watch now.
What the heck?
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
I watched a little bit.
Oh no, I didn't watch any. I really wish I did.
Rogue Warriors and OMG, I saw play a little bit. I know FPX put like LWX in their team that's playing in that tournament, or I don't know if they're out yet. That's pretty much it so far. It's all just a bunch of rookies, and they looked promising. There was this really bad Baron play. They got a Baron. Literally, the Orin survived, and the Orin like freaking ulted. Not ulted. He did that the QE combo where you knock somebody up into a wall, and he died, and they killed a Baron. Oh my god, dude!
Respect.
I don't know. I like these tournaments though. These tournaments are good to have these because it showcases, to other GMs in the league or scouting if they do scouting in these other like regions that these players could have potential and they might want to be like secondary. I think these tournaments have good what's that word? Validation to them. EU has EU Masters, but EU doesn't have like a Kespa Cup or a Demacia Cup.
Vici, bro.
Vici?
Or an NA
4-0. Wait, what?
Oh my god. Let's see.
The post coma buff
for Vici?
Yeah, coma leaves. They do incredibly well. They learnt everything.
Post piece of shit buff. There you go.
Well, again, like you got to look at who was in their group though. They had EDG, LNG, and then 2 amateur teams. So
EDG didn't look too bad.
Suning in the Demacia Cup playoffs.
Fair enough. EDG looked like they had a pretty strong roster.
Did Clearlove end up playing? Because
I'm not sure. I don't think Clearlove's good anymore, though.
No, I
mean,
would
they
not.
brought him back, so that's
I don't
why
know.
I'm asking.
They're beating a dead horse. It's
Go no, man. Clearlove. Whoo, man. The guy who's. If there has to be a Bjergsen of fucking LPL, it has to be Clearlove. Like, so good in the regular season. Like, clutches out in playoffs, goes to Worlds, and it's just non-existent. Pressing QWER for millions of dollars. Like, it has to be Clearlove. Like, he just sucks at Worlds, man.
Or would it be Scout?
Hmm.
Because again, same team, same problem. Honestly.
Oh shit! What do you guys think about Perks and C9? You guys think that'll work out?
Because it's NA, it will. Internationally, not too sure.
Yeah, internationally.
In NA, yeah.
Fat question mark.
I mean, full disclosure here. One of the reasons I got invited was because I submitted a hot take to Travis Gafford Show Hotline League about how I think the C9 management kind of screwed up bringing on Perks and putting him in mid lane. When I think what they should have done is just hired him as a flex so they can use him as either mid or bot, depending on what the meta is.
That's interesting.
Because, I mean, like, you look at... I think Sven had some issues last split, and so did Niski, especially near the end. But when you bring on someone like Perks, who's a world-class mid and a world-class AD carry, like, there's no reason you couldn't, like, play him in both positions and then still have Sven and Niski on your roster just to be like kind of fill in the gaps here. Because I mean, even if Perks doesn't start, like I would be fine getting like $4 million a year, just to kind of sit and be the sixth man. Well,
in terms of C9, because I did a video talking about Cloud9 and I let out all my issues potentially with the roster and all the good things that'll come by it. the issue here is why you have Perks in mid lane is because out of all their mid laners they've ever had, they've never had one thing. They've lacked clutch factor. They've lacked that. They've never really been able to like stand up to world class mid laners. Like over you're getting clapped by Dade, Jensen getting fisted by Caps. You know, Niski getting clapped by everyone at Worlds he went to, and then he did well this year, obviously, but there's still a big gap between like, do you see yourself winning Worlds with Niski? But you could see yourself winning Worlds with Perks, though. And Perks, when he played mid lane for the one split that he did earlier this year, LEC 2020 spring, he was pretty good, actually. So, like, he looked like he still had it. So it's like, I would still take the risk of running him. And, like, Sven, I still think he's fine overall for his playstyle. The whole team was collapsing. I don't personally think it was him. Because, like, you look at how they were drafting, they were specifically drafting around him so he could carry, because Davize did believe in him, and I don't know, dude, it was really weird how Jack said, it was a coaching issue, not a player issue. I don't know what was going on. Reaper was over here phoning it in to Korea, being like, hey, yo, I'm trying to coach Damwon, dog. I just tanked this Cloud9 team. Could you imagine that?
But, I mean, like,
Oh my god. That'll be something
in
else.
defense of Niski, though, in Niski, didn't he make it to... No, I'm thinking of Jensen, who made it to World Semis on C9.
But the problem is with
So I'd
Jensen,
say Jensen had some clutch factor.
Yeah, but it's like Jensen also had his issues where, like, his best is never going to be to the other level of best, like, that what Caps or maybe freaking Showmaker could bring out. Like, that type of level, you could see that in Perks, though. You could see that in some of the games he was carrying. Jensen has it,
Right.
but it might be dependent on, like, bad teammates, because, you know, Jensen did make all his World's top 8s with Sneaky, and, I mean, no flame here, but let's be honest here. Sneaky wasn't beating no one like Ruler, Uzi, like, so I could give Jensen that, too, because, you know, at the 2019 Midseason Invitational, he got, you know, finals, too, so there's something with Jensen there, but it's like, in random best of fives, he would consistently choke, and like that's a problem too. So it can be a combination of both things. You know, I personally think Jensen's still the best mid I've ever had until Perks proves that he could potentially be that. Now, in terms of the other people on Cloud9, as I talked about before in the video that I made, I think Fudge will actually be pretty good overall. I think he'll be fine because everything people said about Fudge is what they said about Licorice and Impact. Every top laner, every player C9 brings in, these questions get brought up. Oh, well, is C9 phoning it in? Did they lose the offseason for the 50,000th time? I don't think so. You know, like, how many more times do they have to prove to us that they know what they're doing? You know what I mean? It's like, okay, you proved me once wrong, twice wrong, third time's wrong. All right, I trust you now. You know what I mean? It's like they've kind of proven it that they can do it. I think Blabber, I would personally want a new jungler. I still do. I don't think that Blabber really is as good as everyone makes him out to be. Like, he's a very solid jungler. I think he's great. But in terms of, like, even just last split, he was playing really poorly. Didn't adapt very well. When the team's identity kind of fell apart, he fell apart. He was, like, making random Lee Sin level 1 invades, not dying somehow. And it's like, that's going to get punished. It was a bunch of missteps. I personally think C9 could do well with a jungler either, like, who could they get, actually?
Do you think,
I said Scarin, man. You know, people like, players like him.
Do you think they should have tried to get Santorin instead of him going to TL?
But the problem with Santorin is you gotta factor in the world part of it. And Santorin, he was okay at the world championships that he did play in. Like, but even 2015, he got stomped at that Worlds. 2020 was okay. It's like, do you see a high upside to Santorin, though, at this point?
I think he was widely considered, at least in the postseason, the best NA jungler.
Yeah, like around what, top 3, top 4?
Yeah, so I definitely think he might have been in, because he's a lot more controlled in some cases than Blabber is. So, I mean, if you're looking for a jungle upgrade, that would have been it. I mean,
if the team could have got closer,
if
the team could have got closer, but they can't because of import rules, I would have loved that. I just don't think Blabber has it the way people think he does. You can clearly see he thrives on the other elements his team can open inside of him. Like, and that's why I personally think maybe he might be pretty good with Perks. Like, Perks' playstyle and Blabber's playstyle are pretty similar in some ways. It's just that just depends on if they're going to be a good duo together, you know? And that's what I thought about for Damwon too. Like, I initially thought going in, man, I don't know about this Ghost guy. Ghost proved me wrong.
Ghost looks amazing.
Barrow was an All-Star one trick. They weren't even playing him. They were playing that other guy, Hoyt.
Wait, is this a Ghost the 80 carry?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It-
Have you
it-
seen his Samira performance? I think he got a solo quadra kill in his first game.
that champion should be deleted out of this game. I hate that
I
champion,
know.
dude.
The
Oh
way
my
Ghost
God.
plays any 80 carry though, you're like, is this the same guy that was in the sandbox? Like, what?
People forget he was on Sandbox, just like
I was
phoning
gonna
it
say,
away.
I remember him from his BBQ Oliver
It was
days.
BBQ. Oh my God, he was playing with Trick, Season 8 Trick. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, way back
This guy
then.
looks
Also
like a god.
with Bono.
He was playing
funnily
with
enough.
Bono. Oh, he had Ignar. Oh my God, that team was a shit show. You could tell. Trick was
Yeah.
like, the thing with Trick for G2, and I love G2, is that Trick was already bad before he went over to BBQ. It was a bad mistake picking him up, though. It was already bad to get him, and they're like, "Oh, this is not the back-to-back EU LCS MVP, huh? This is the guy that got kicked off CJ Intis a while ago."
Yeah.
No. But for G2, oh, so are you a Fnatic fan actually?
Who?
Well, true. Are you a Fnatic fan?
I am, yes.
Ew, gross. What the hell? I'm just kidding. I'm
Yes,
just
100%.
I actually think Fnatic will do pretty well overall.
Yeah, I they're kind of the team that I kind of fell for. I mean,
Yeah. Wait.
here's hoping. I hope upset.
Oh, you cut out
prove to
like
be
halfway through your
upsetting.
take.
Oh, yeah, no. I mean, I like Niski. I have for a while. I really hope Upset kind of, does something now after his year on Astralis.
Mhm.
And I don't know. I believe in Whipple and Selfmade. It's just I was really the one thing I guess that frustrated me the most was that they opted to keep Hylissang. I feel like
Dude, I
they
got
should have
flamed for that. I was
looked for a
like,
new support.
I know it's like people are like randomly in love with this guy for some reason. It's like, yes, he does make really good plays, but did we not forget during the LEC 2020 year, like there was a period and point in time in both splits where he was just like basically either literally hooking to die or hooking to start a fight. How can you
Yeah.
bank on that? Like people are just like randomly in love with some of these people, and it's like disgusting. It's like, oh my God, don't kick Whipple. I love him. I have a shrine outside dedicated to him. Don't kick him. I love him. You are in love with like YouTube content. That's fucking weird. I'm just
People
saying,
like the personality and not for the actual esport.
the actual
say.
gameplay. Like,
Yeah.
Whippo and Hylissang have I think Whippo is still pretty good overall. Like,
Yeah.
there's just moments where like he's just running, like either running it down or he's just pure dog shit. Like first pick Zillion top. Oh my God. Like if that doesn't scream, we can't beat G2, like nothing can. At that point, it's like, all right, I hate this year. Then you have like when Mithy had his episode of Reflections with Thorin, Mithy were talking about they couldn't settle on a draft all year because some of the players are just that fucking unbearable to work with in terms of like figuring out a plan for the game. It's I think Selfmade is great. I think Selfmade played fine all year.
Selfmade played the best in the team.
He played great at Worlds. He played amazing at Worlds.
Yeah.
In terms of Nemesis,
Yeah.
I think Nemesis should be replaced. Like I know people are really in love with that guy. Oh my God, he's got Nemesis fans have his fucking cock in their mouth and their balls on their fucking throat.
I'd say that Nemesis fans are just LS fans anyway.
Yeah, I never cared for Nemesis. Like, I know we needed to find someone to replace Caps, and Nemesis had like just won EU Masters, so it looked good on paper. I think 2019
Nemesis didn't play bad. I wouldn't say he's bottom. I'd say he's like middle of the pack.
Yeah, roughly about a 5th place.
And yet
mid
he
laner.
can't even find a team to play on.
Yeah, he got all his offers to NA, but he didn't want to move to NA, so
Dude,
that's
like,
what happened.
I wasn't trying to say that in my videos, but it's like a lot of people have say that like when they don't get offers or they like don't want to play on like shitty teams. It's like it's not lying per se. It's like, yeah, I could have played on Team Liquid, but I decided to say no. I'd much rather take the year off. Fuck playing for a year.
People think that he got offers from EG.
There was rumors that he did. And like let's be honest here, that would not have been a bad roster. Impact, Svenskaren, Nemesis, who's our AD carry? Definitely and Ignar? That's not a bad that seems like a roster he could thrive in though. Like realistically, I could see him play on that roster and do really well and surprise some people. But
it's funny you bring up the you bring up the point about how EU players are like, if you're not on, Broxah famously is like, if you're not on G2 or Fnatic, you're not going to win. So that's
Mhm.
why he came to NA to play on TL. And now look at him on CLG. Like, does he expect to win on this new CLG lineup?
All the irony,
Oh,
the
COG's
sweet,
cursed.
sweet irony of that. Oh my god. In terms of that, dude, I love G2. They're the other team I love and follow. It's just that, you know, people have always brought this narrative up that EU has so many good players and they can always use them. Well, why can't your other teams win them? Because it's not true. Because people like to just bullshit. That's what it is. Like, let's take stock of EU, right? So G2, Fnatic, the teams me and True like, great teams, right?
Mm-hmm.
Winning consistently.
Yep.
What else? The other team that was considered third place was Origin, and that was full of veterans. Mithy, fucking
Yeah, and then
Patch.
they
You know, like, what the hell, man?
and they flamed out.
The
like,
other team before Origin,
OG
who knows?
flamed out.
Who knows? Was it Splice? Because damn sure wasn't them. Because they were a piece of shit themselves. What was it? Misfits at one point? No. Well, yeah, it was Misfits for 2017 actually. That was,
Misfits in 2017, Splice in 2018.
yeah. Unicorns
I mean,
of Love
UOL
tried
was also
really
kinda
hard.
big.
They tried, man. They tried so hard. It was just that they would choke last minute all the time at best of, or like regional qualifiers to get to Worlds. All the time they would choke.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, man.
I mean,
Like,
it's funny to think that UOL made EU finals twice.
oh my god. Visit Chachi got MVP. But
20
over Perks? Are you
20
shitting me? Are you shitting me? Visit Chachi got MVP over Perks. Please blow my fucking brains out. Are you serious? What joke of
He
an
had
MVP?
he had a really good regular season that year, though.
He actually did. Man, those Shen performances. Oh my god. Woof.
Mhm.
Oh, did you remember that Unicorns of Love in G2 game where they two autos could have killed the Nexus? And the Vart and Sven got a quadra kill? Oh my god. Back in my day, you kids nowadays, you know, you guys don't know about this stuff. I'm just kidding. But
I think, you know, one of the most hype you know, game endings was, I don't know if you ever watched what was this 2016 Worlds Coup Tigers versus Albus Nox Luna.
oh my god, yeah, I watched that live.
Like,
Not live.
It literally the Russian team won because of a freaking Taric ultimate or something.
And they weren't even good. I keep telling people they weren't good. First, CLG were inconsistent. G2 had weird inconsistencies. And who else do you have in that group? Who Tigers? Well, obviously they're gonna stomp
the Tigers,
everybody.
yeah.
But they also were inconsistent in that group too. That group benefited from like here's how I view it. And it is not knocking like them, but it is though, because like they were not good. Like in hindsight, they were not good because like okay, so you have a Brazilian team. Or I'll contrast it with the other group that was in the Worlds 2016, the group with the HUK, AHQ, EDG, and
INTZ.
Yeah. Okay, so if I'm EU or China, aren't I automatically predicted to do well because I'm EU and China? You should not get brownie points for beating INTZ. If people actually thought beating INTZ and AHQ in season 6 was an accomplishment, I'm like, that's not good. These teams are terrible. Dude, remember Albus shot a Karma Q. They could have blocked it and he stole a Baron. I was like, this group's a piece of shit. This group needs to burn. This group is bad. How do you shoot a Karma Q which you can block with your body and it steals a Baron? This group is trash. And then Albus Nox, my friend, oh my god, he's like, man, dude, Albus Nox, they can make top 4. The HUK, I'm like, if they make top 4, I'm quitting League today, because that's trash. And thank god HUK butt fucked them so hard, because they were so bad, man. It's just, like, I hate that. They had the upset factor, that's kudos to them, but they weren't good. Go back and watch the gameplay, I encourage anybody. Go back and watch the gameplay. It's bad from them. It is absolutely atrocious. The fact that they got into Worlds 2016 by having Liquorit playing brand support. Like, I don't know. You know, people
I like that cheese, though.
I like the cheese, though. I'm not gonna lie. That actually is kind of cool.
What was the big cheese? It was like a Poppy and Nivea.
Poppy and Nivea wall. Oh, that was good, though. See, those are cool things, but it's like, what else was it? PvP Steos? Oh my god, their jungler lost 2 Barons to a Nidalee. Like, consistently, and they're winning the game. Like, the fact that game got to an hour and 30 minutes long just shows you how bad they were at closing out a game. They were actually winning the game. It wasn't like they were, like, losing it and they brought it back. They were winning, got shit stomped mid-game by Tigers, and then the Tigers lost their base too much. Back when you could what was that thing you could buy and it could spawn fake minions? I forgot it. Oh my god.
Zerat Portal.
Zerat Portal. Oh my god.
I was easy.
Easy Rod. Hell yeah, man. I was back in the day when you could spam that and just destroy a base. Or back when games would go like an hour and 30 minutes long, and you're like going, man, do I contemplate life anymore?
Hot take, I miss Banner of Command.
I never. Ooh,
Yeah, that was a cool item.
I like that item actually. I missed for old runes. I missed like Fervor and shit like that. Oh my god, Fervor was so awesome. Fervor on
Bring
Warwick.
back Thunderlord's Decree.
Oh my god, man.
My favorite was what was the burn one?
Deathfire's Touch.
Deathfire's Touch. That on Jin and
Yeah.
that was fun.
That was OP as fuck on Rumble. Oh my god, they would burn like chicken wings. They would just all explode.
Now we get that shitty Scorch, which is useless.
Oh, I try to give you fucking
Hey, works for me when I play Malzahar.
Oh my god, you're one of those guys. No,
I love the cheese.
But for Fnatic though, I think Fnatic got upgrades in the roster actually. Not even joking. I think they got upgrades. Yeah. I think Niski plays better with his jungler than Nemesis does, as proven in Cloud9. Niski would play well with his jungler. He played well with Svenskeren, played well with Blabber. Now he's going to play with the best jungler in his career. I think that's a good bonus right there. Upset, in my own personal opinion, is better than Reckless mechanically. And I think... Oh, also, I think he's just a better player overall. He's had really bad teams. And I think this is the time to finally show it. Hillsang... I mean, he's still considered like the second best support or first best support, depending on how you look at it. I guess that's good. Putbo, he's still pretty okay. Like, they have a good team, though. And some of my friends, they were like, well, they're not going to get second place because Rogue will or Mad Lions will. How about they prove it first?
Yeah.
How about they prove it first, and then you can judge that? When you're talking about player predictions, people are always going like, well, they have new players now. Now it'll work. First of all, I don't look at it that way. In my personal opinion, it's gotta show me results. I'm not gonna have like Fnatic get second place because they've proven they're gonna be either the best team or the second best team. Rogue and Mad Lions have not consistently proven that, so I'm not gonna put them there despite new players. That's cool. You have new players. That's great. A lot of teams say that and get 10th place, like shitty ass XL who are just LEC for some reason. You know?
Hey, they might not get 10th place this split, man. I'm putting that one on either Astralis or like fucking Schalke.
Astralis is basically competing in the EU Master League. Come on, dude. You know that. Astralis out here competing for fucking 12th place. They might... Why do you have Duke Duck? What is like? Okay, in terms of who they have, Jeskla, Nuke Duck, who's and then they have who talking about? Astralis, right?
Astralis.
I forgot their roster.
I don't know their roster. I'm not a massive EU follower. It's a terrible time for me to watch it. That's the issue.
Oh my god.
I think it's like 3 a.m. Like,
nah. Astralis's roster is it's a White Knight, Zanzara, Nuke Duck, Jeskla, and Promiscu.
They're 20th place.
Promiscu?
All right, that's no. What trolling do you have to do? White Knight, I remember he was on Unicorns of Love. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, he
had that
Aatrox
play.
He was UOL's top in 2018.
Yeah, he had that Aatrox play. I remember that. Oh, no. Zanzara, no. Promiscu. Bro, this team's competing for 20th. Bro, this team's competing for 20th. Come on. Bro, this team's terrible.
I mean, I'm just looking at some of these some of these rosters, like
they're like the
Excel's
CLG.
brought in a couple of rookies, and
they're like the CLG of
Misfits
EU.
is like all rookies.
I would have to. Astralis has to be the CLG of EU with that roster. Oof.
Not Schalke.
It might be Schalke. Ooh, but Schalke
because Schalke's got Broken Blade, Gilius, Abadagi, Neon, and Limit.
Everyone besides Fnatic and G2 are the CLG of EU. I've cursed it now.
Like for Fnatic, I just think that I don't know. It's always weird problems that it's not that they're. I think at worst, Fnatic consistently lose to themselves, and it's not even that they're bad per se. It's like they're always losing to themselves. Like it always feels like before they draft, they already have what they want to pick in the draft, while then adapting to the drafting phase as you're doing it. I also consistently, I can tell from gameplay they're playing badly, and it's not even just badly because it's them. It's like mentalities. It feels like mentally they break down too quickly. Like if they're losing some games, then they just completely just turn off their brains. Like
Mm.
in Worlds 2019, remember how SKT played against Fnatic and they were losing really badly, and there were moments they could come back in the game, but they just mentally, like hearing from voice comms, they weren't there anymore.
Mentally gave up.
Yeah, like it's
Yeah.
they gotta fix that, man. Like I don't really think they're
Yeah.
as bad as people make them out to be. They're really not, though. Like, if I'm being honest here, you know how Thorin said they kind of overachieve. Imagine being broken overachieving.
Mhm.
What? That's a good thing. That's a really
So
good thing.
The one roster move that I don't think anybody's really talked about is the fact that they have Yamato Cannon as their head coach
I
now.
think that's
Oh
better.
yes.
And like,
I don't think
He's a
Mithy
good coach.
I don't think Mithy warranted to get removed based off his finishings with them. Second place, world's top 8. But
he didn't get. I don't think he got removed. I think it was because he opted to move to C9 because Perks went over there.
I think Yamato Cannon will fit perfectly fine over there. Honestly,
Yeah.
I think he'll do fine.
And
with
I think
them.
he might be able to fix the mindset issue, especially now that you get kind of Reckless out of there, who is such a very
Oh,
staunch and stubborn
he meant to
voice.
say, guys, he meant to say, bitch. You know, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. For G2, I think a lot of people are kind of either it's not overrating G2. It's like they can have issues now because Reckless does bring in more of a passive scaling play style. Then you also have, I guess you could say Feast or Famine. I don't really like to use that for them because it's not really Feast or Famine. This is a play style they actually have where it's just like they just like to just win early on. It's just what they do. But to be fair, at Worlds 2020, throughout most of it, Jankos played pretty poorly. Mickey X and Wonder were their best players. Caps did not look that good outside of just beating Gen G. Like, they had issues, though, and people just don't even realize. Don't just gloss all over them. Nope, they played fine on Worlds 2020 because they didn't just lose in the fastest game of Worlds ever. You know, like, that's just...
This year, people on Reddit that said G2 was going to make it to finals, I was like, there's no way.
There's no way. They're not. They were not as good as 2019. I was like, if this was 2019,
they were nowhere as close as 2019.
If they were 2019 G2, I'd be like, yeah, I'll go for it. Yeah. No.
But they lose to them one.
God, man. Like, I feel bad for TL. Having to bank on G2 winning a one game to get them a tiebreaker. If that was 2019 G2, I think they probably could have beaten Suning. But you got 2020 G2 where the whole team's just phoning it in, man. Let's just get out of this fucking place.
Yeah.
But, what else happened, actually? For China, China really never gives you any off-season, news.
They give you news, but it's just like every team announces on the same day. So like, even if you look at like Gamepedia, it's like 50 different announcements all in like 24 hours, and you're like, wait, who is this guy again?
One of the moves I do like is JDG are gonna get Chie and Mystic. I think that's good. They might actually be a top 3 or 4 team, depending on how Mystic and Chie pan out. It's not like I don't like Yagao. I think Yagao has how would I say this? Like, Yagao shines on a few champions, but he's not good on a lot of other things, and he doesn't really offer a lot, Mystic, I think Mystic's great. I think Mystic will be an upgrade over Loken, but Loken was fine overall. You didn't really have to replace Loken. I think, and their support is Love Mao, right? Love Mao's fine. They have a pretty solid team, but like Kenvi wasn't at Worlds 2020. They didn't have a jungler. They played 4v5. That guy stunk. That guy was actually just atrocious. Like,
wait, you mean Kanavi?
Kanavi, yeah. He played so bad, dude. Oh my god.
He was overhyped for Worlds. He's a really good player. I don't know what happened at Worlds, but he just didn't play as everyone thought he would.
He didn't go. He didn't exist.
Like, he was supposed to be the number 1 jungler at Worlds this year.
We had him in our Worlds 2020 top 20 players, actually. He was in there at some player. We had him at, like, I think 15 or 16. I had him pretty high, I think, and maybe 12. It's like, I don't know what happened to him. Maybe it was nerves, but I'm glad JDG are making moves. Bang and Afrika, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know about Bang, I hope he gets better and makes it work on Afrika. I hope he does.
Hopefully. I don't know how good he is. Like, I'm not sure how good he is anymore.
And it's weird because, like, even in just Europe, like, let's see, G2 Fnatic top tier, everyone else CLG quality in terms of like Rogue. I mean, they try to be cool on Twitter. you got brownie points for me there, but like gameplay wise, Rogues stink. Mad Lions stink.
Yeah.
Excel, Team Vitality, Misfits are all our own tier of shit. So just throw those guys out. Maybe Misfits might be better now with Deficio. That announcement video, that was so good where Kobe came out and he said, I can't wait to play on Chun-Li again. I was like, what the fuck? Oh my god. Team Vitality, I hope they do well. I do like Maliksa. I think Maliksa's a pretty good player overall. SK Gaming, I don't like. Why are they in the league, man? They stink too. This league is trash. This league is fucking garbage, man.
Yeah, it's interesting how many EU teams kind of opted to like either save their whole roster or like do full system resets. Like SK only saved one player. Astrala saved one player. But then you look at like Vitality and Excel, where it's like we're just gonna run it back with some slight alteration.
Yeah. Like, I hope things turn out better. I hope you get another. I hope at least in this year. I hope going into 2021 LEC Spring Split, can we get a third team that can consistently throughout the next few years be on the level of G2 and Fnatic? That's all I want, because we know G2 and Fnatic are role right now going to be the winners, right? Considerably, maybe either or. Can I get a third team? Because you know in NA you had C9, TSM, CLG. Then TL knocked out CLG in that race, and now they're the third team. Now 100 Thieves is like, hey, I want a piece of this pie. I want a piece of this cherry pie. Hey, like, can I be the top 3 team? 100 Thieves. I think it'll be a while before they build up themselves as like a top 3 organization, because they did have some, bad splits, but it's not that way in EU, or even the LCK has this too. Like the LCK's got it too. Like T1, like or SKT, they were the best team for a very long time, but outside of that. You had the Tigers team. They eventually dissolved. They dissolved.
KT back when they were like relevant.
When they were actually not just being dog shit. KT was a big one. Yeah. It was pretty much just T1 and KT just like stomping everybody to a certain extent.
And then Samsung kind of came in and be like, "Hey, I'm here too."
Yeah.
Then they turned into.
Don't forget about me.
Remember they turned into KSV for that one split. Oh no, never again.
Oh,
yeah, KSV for like a split, and then they became Gen G.
I still miss Samsung, because like, I don't know, Samsung's a pretty big org, so like...
Sounds like a big org, man. Samsung, they were doing pretty... It's weird, though, how... It's weird how Samsung...
is Jin Air?
No, you just get out of this call.
Jin Air's the best, bro. That's my team.
Hashtag sad plane.
Oh my god.
My Clash team's called Jin Air.
Oof.
You guys are cursed. You guys are already straight up cursed. Oh my god, I remember when like LS said G2 couldn't even beat Jin Air, and then after Perks beat SKT at Worlds 2019, he was like, hey, on Twitter, but could we beat Jin Air though? Hey.
No, that was the funniest thing was Jin Air was told that if they ever came first in a split, that Korean Air would sponsor them. So they would change to Korean Air.
Oh my Lord.
Instead of Jin Air.
Oh my god.
But they never won a split, so they never got sponsored by Korean Air.
Hey, you never know, man. You never know. In 2030, when we have all quit in league and we're not playing Dota or CSGO, they might come back and win a split.
Oh no.
Well, I was gonna say, think back to like all the great Korean teams that are gone, and I use the word great loosely. I mean, because you got teams like Najin and Kongdu Monster who used to be in the league and then got relegated out.
And Kongdu Monster, oh my god, if I couldn't do it, man. I watched like 5 games from them.
What was that one team that had Spenu Sonic Boom or something?
Spenu Sonic Boom, oh lord. No. Oh my god. Kongdu Monster, I remember like there was one game, they did a bear play so bad and made me never want to watch one of their games again. I was like, you people need to be removed. Just
I love Jin Green Wings 50 minutes games every game.
Oh, like, remember that game where... Yeah, remember that there was that game where they had, like... What?
They beat T1, Teddy beat T1. It's
yeah, remember?
70-minute game.
Those, like, 90-something minutes, like, everyone's out here just like, what were Atlas and freaking Papa Smithy talking about, dude?
Yeah, I don't remember.
They're like Dragon Ball Z narratives, like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
hey, man, fill that airtime.
Oh my goodness.
That was the longest game ever, I'm pretty sure.
Longest game ever. They're over here fucking...
T1 love breaking records. They had the shortest game ever where they lost, and the shortest game ever where they won.
Wolf's
I
out here
think.
like fucking feeding in the jungle. He was over here playing jungle. Why was he even playing jungle? Because they wanted to play Teddy, but didn't have a jungler at the time. It's like, how mismanaged was your offseason where Wolf is now your jungler and you want to play Teddy in the bot lane? Oh, Griffin.
Yeah.
Griffin was a top team for a while,
94,
too.
Oh,
a
Griffin.
95-minute
They got
game.
destroyed by Sword. So tragic.
They didn't even let Griffin back into the LCK when it was franchised. I was like, they're not getting back in. There's no way they're
Nah,
wanting
they've
back
had
in.
too many controversies. It's not worth it. Because next minute there'll be more issues, and then you end up having to close the league for some reason. It's not worth it.
Oh my god, Sword said he was abused by... Oh lord, that's fucking hell.
Yeah,
It
that was
sucked, though.
yeah.
It sucked though, like Griffin never won a title, and I really feel like they were pretty good. Like overall, they were a good team. They choked in best of fives. They played really well. Like Worlds 2019 should show you how strong that team really was. They were good. It's just that
I wanted to see them in 2018 Worlds, but I didn't make it.
oh, that was a good best of five though between them and KT. That was a great best of five, man. You know that broke them. That was like, oh, because they knew they could have won the series though. But it's like Griffin's issues. They didn't really have issues though. They didn't really have. It's just choking. It's all it was. They just couldn't do it in high pressure situations. Like going.
Yeah, because back then they were a bunch of rookies, so it's like
Chovy and Tarzan.
How good is their stage experience?
Oh my god! Like people flame Sword so bad.
Playing?
Tarzan is on what was it, LNG now?
Oh, yeah, LNG.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's gonna be like 12th place, probably 18th place. You know, some random.
I was gonna say.
Hopefully, we get a good gauge of how good he is. Still, like I want to see just how he plays.
Just this year, take it as like I'm gonna be able to. This is my proving grounds to be on like an IG at one point.
Yeah.
Dude, the Shy was like at a certain point he became an 80 carry top main, just going like Lucian 0-8 every game. This man, the prime 0-8 Lucian. I was like, the Shy, stop phoning it. This man's just trash.
I swear I watched him eat like 0-12 on Kennen against FPX in the messed up series to figure out who was going to go to Worlds.
It's like, dude.
And it was the biggest shit show I've ever seen. 1 minute Gimgoon's inting, the other minute Shy's inting, then Khan's inting, then oh my god.
Shy, he would just only pick Lucian.
I miss Gauntlets.
NA
needs to bring back Gauntlet.
I like Gauntlet though. I really did enjoy it. I think it just needed to. They need to just revamp it. Like I don't get why they couldn't revamp a Gauntlet. Just like the third place match. I don't know why if you have a giant crowd that wants to buy tickets and will pay to watch your games, you don't like in Worlds. Why don't you have a third place match? I don't.
Best of 7 finals.
I don't even see why wouldn't you have a third place Worlds match? People are gonna pay. People will watch. People will pay the tickets if we had audiences still. Have a third place match. Like imagine having G2 and Cloud9 in 2018 go at it in a third place match. That'd be kind of cool though. I mean, hey, that'd be kind of cool. You know, another EU versus NA where Perks just shitstorms Jensen. He's like, you know what? Rookie destroyed me. Now time to destroy Jensen. Is in there right next to me. Or like this year you could have had G2 face off against who did they play? Top? You never know. Hey.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see that. What if G2 had beaten Top? No, that wouldn't have happened. But you know, as bad as Top played, they were not going to lose to G2. That's just sad if they did.
The funny thing about watching Top was, at all points of that series, they never looked sad, even up to losing. They were laughing. It was so weird to watch.
They're like,
hey, that's a good mentality.
Their morals was so high the entire time.
They're like, ha ha ha, we're about to get flamed by all these Korean girls.
Maybe they're like, we're gonna lose to Damwon anyway, so what's the point?
Dude, Knight was pretty hyped up going into Worlds, and he felt pretty hard.
That's a good player. It wasn't a mid-meta at the time, though.
957-2. Yeah, it's just... Knight it wasn't the Syndra, OP, Lissandra carry Knight I saw in the LPL. Like, in the LPL, if you watch the regular season, or any regular season he's been a part of, he's genuinely a really good player. It happens at your first World Championships. You just choke sometimes. It's a different stage, you know. It's all the pressure. So
unless you're Faker,
then you just win 3 of them. That's so crazy. The highest amount won is 3, and only 2 players have that. Bangy and Faker.
Yeah.
Yep.
Faker's out here. I don't even care about regular split trophy. Where's my Worlds titles, man?
But I remember that promise last year. If I don't win MSI, I'll win Worlds.
Oh no! Oh yeah!
That's what he said after winning Spring
Ouch.
Split.
So like earlier this year, you guys know how we didn't get an MSI. Who do you think would have won it? G2, JDG, Cloud9. Who else was who was one from China or T1? Yeah,
T1. I think T1 would have won it.
I think they probably.
They look really good.
I think
I would
Cloud9
have put
could
my
have
money on
surprised.
JDG.
I think Cloud9 could have surprised. They might have got to a finals, but
Well, who won LPL? I think maybe LPL would have won it.
JDG.
JDG, yeah.
Yeah, I think JDG actually would have won it. JDG was actually my take for winning Worlds this year. I seriously thought that they would overcome the issues they had initially and they would just destroy everyone like they did in LPL, but no, it didn't happen.
There was you watched that summer split for this past summer in the LPL 2020. You're like, all right, this team's about to phone it in. They were playing really bad at a certain point. They were playing so bad. It was like, why is my support playing Bard and dying 4 times in lane? Just stop. Stop playing Bard.
The funniest thing was when everyone was overhyping IG because they beat all the bad teams.
Oh yeah, when they went on that win streak. Oh yeah.
Yeah, because they were versing all the bad teams. Everyone's like, dude, IG's back. It's like, well, no, they're not. They just beat all the worst teams in the league.
Go on the fucking like Gamepedia, Leaguepedia is watch the Shy's been consistently 0-8 for the past 4 games. It's like, dude, he's been carrying so hard, man. You never know, bro. Remember E-Star? You remember E-Star? How they were like really good for a minute there and they just fell apart. I don't know what happened.
Oh yeah, E-Star, yeah.
Victory
I was hyping
5.
Or like how V5 kind of just like in spring we're like 0-20, and then
That's what we care about.
And then in summer we're like, we might actually make playoffs this year, guys.
Yeah, that was the biggest like turnaround. PP God looks amazing as a support, by the way.
He's so good. Oh my god,
Yeah.
if he was on freaking top esports instead of Yu Yan shit. Oh my god. Dude, Yu Yanji was so bad. He could have saved his AD carry multiple times at Worlds with Jackie Love. And he just would sidestep and let him die. What is that?
Jackie Love's playstyle is very aggressive, and the support doesn't accommodate.
But overall,
play aggressive with him.
It's been a pretty good year so far. Like I hope going into 2021 things
Next
change.
year's very different.
Yeah, like I really hope things change. You know, I hope EU gets a third team that can compete consistently as an organization with G2 and Fnatic. I hope that, you know, because everyone's talking about like, you know, how NA is gonna be different this year. It's gonna be different. I'll wait till I see it. We'll have like I think
Korea will be different for sure.
Korea will be different. It's franchise too.
Yeah.
How much credence are you gonna give lock-in when that happens? Like,
not much. I don't get much.
Are you gonna let that kind of be an accurate representation of how the season's gonna go?
It'll show me a little bit of what they can do. I'm only really kind of trying to check for not even check for. I want to see how well Cloud9 are initially looking like. I want to see how TSM will do. If TSM have they have Huni. I don't know if that's phoning it in because imagine looking at Licorice and looking at Huni. Huni, he's like, "Oh, what's up, BXN? You want to see my season 5 and season 6 highlights?" BXN's like, "Huh, we gotta get that guy."
He was playing Undy commercials.
Wait, why did was it ever stated why TSM passed on?
It might have been because they didn't want to pay his buyout.
Jack was asking for too much.
It could have been a bunch of things. It could have been buyout. Maybe
was
they didn't think he would.
The Palafox Diamond thing.
It might have been because of it. Could have been that, or it could have been not money issues. He's not money issues. It probably just was. They might genuinely think Huni fits better for their team.
Yeah,
but that'd be retarded though.
How much is Huni getting paid this time?
Too much, literally too much.
Because he got paid $1 million, and he only played for 6 months. What was it, like 2 million? And he got kicked out after 6 months.
Like a 3-year. It was a 3-year contract on Dignitas,
that
they
money
sold
though
to EG. So it depends on if TSM is biting the rest of that contract. So they might have put like $1 million down on Huni, just like I'm sure.
That's too much money.
You know,
man.
EG's putting another $1 million down on Impact.
Imagine thinking Huni was good in like these past 2 years. Like literally,
the funniest skill gauge was when Huni got destroyed by T1. I'm trying to find the game. It was SKT versus Clutch Gaming. And everyone on T1 took their time to kill Huni in 1v1s.
Well, yeah. I mean, I do kind of miss, like, you know, Huni. I don't think he's been as good, you know, since 2017 when he was on SK Telecom.
Yeah, and I retired.
Let's
not forget that was a thing.
The last split he had good. After that was when he went to Echo Fox and he played good for like that spring portion, and then they had Rift Rivals, and he sucked ever since Rift Rivals. He's been like, imagine thinking that Licorice is not as like Licorice and Broken Blade and Someday were like the best top laners all throughout LCS for the past like 2 years, and now you're moving away from one best top laner to another one. Why in the world would you grab Huni? Maybe they really think there's something in him, but I don't know, man. Like for TSM, I'll be looking at TSM because I want to see how well Sword Art plays, and on Team Liquid, I want to see how Alphari does. On Cloud9, I want to see how well Perks does. But for everybody else, I still have a soft spot for Licorice. I want to see what Licorice can do with FlyQuest. But, like, it's just the same thing as Kespa Cup or the Demacia Cup. You don't want to take too much from them. You take the results with a grain of salt. That's pretty much it, though, you know?
Do we know if any of the imports are in country yet? Like, has Perks moved in yet? Has Jose Diodo moved in yet?
No, Perks not in yet.
Not in yet. No, they said they're coming, what, next week?
Next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that's good.
So,
Jose Diodo.
Like, right before the new year or, like, right after?
In between.
Cause
right before.
When does lock-in start? Like the 12th or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Not too sure.
But that's pretty much it. Anything else you guys want to say before we head out? We had a pretty good discussion overall. This was fun.
I'm pretty hyped about the Kespa and Demacia Cup quarterfinals.
Oh,
coming soon.
Mm-hmm.
True. Did you have
That'll
fun?
be fun to watch.
You have fun
Check
with
that
your
out,
first time
everyone.
Yeah, it'll be fun to see how it goes.
Yeah. All right, guys. See you guys later. This week is Christmas, so Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. That's next week's episode, obviously. So this is Happy New Year, Happy Christmas Eve, Merry Christmas. I hope you guys get dildos in your freaking presents. I don't know what you guys are into, but you know. See you guys later. Like, comment, subscribe. Most of all, enjoy. I'm the Nightwing. Way of Life Esports is signing out, guys. Peace. Have a happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Peace out. Yo, it's the Nightwing. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video that you guys just watched. And if you did enjoy it, make sure you leave a like and a comment down below. And if you never want to miss out on a single upload, make sure you hit the notification bell. That way you get notified whenever I post a video. Thank you guys for the continued support, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.